Maybe I'm wrong, maybe the entire angle's shit. Hello there, I'm Adam from WhatCulture.com and welcome to How WWE Should Have Booked, where I look back at infamous WWE missed booking opportunities and talk about how I would book them differently because I'm a smartass. This time around, the anonymous Raw General Manager storyline. Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, this is an annoying one. On more than one occasion, WWE have set up a who is it mystery for the answer to turn out to be the fucking leprechaun. And this is because Vince McMahon approaches comedy in the same way that a lion approaches a zebra. His recurring use of the little man is funny, it's a recurring get out of storyline free card, and it represents storytelling at its most obnoxiously lazy. 2 major times Vince McMahon has claimed it's a small guy because nobody cares, lol, about the illegitimate son angle, which could have potentially benefited a wrestler, which we've covered before on the channel. And second of all, this storyline, which ran for over 1 whole pissing year. You don't get to choose what storylines you don't end, you mental billionaire. Right, so the anonymous Raw General Manager storyline in brief, everyone hold on. So Bret Hart was the Raw General Manager going into June 2010. He got fired by Vince McMahon after the Fatal 4-Way pay-per-view because the Nexus invaded and made it all shit. Vince McMahon got rid of Bret and hired a new General Manager who preferred to remain anonymous. He would communicate via a laptop and also via Michael Cole. He would go bloop, 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 the laptop it is, not Michael Cole. And Michael Cole would say, "Can I have your attention, please? I've just received an email from the anonymous Raw General Manager, open it up," and I quote, the anonymous Raw General Manager was a bit of a dick. He would do asshole things like put John Cena in 7-on-1 handicap matches. He would have a live debate with Edge in the ring, which is basically Edge just shouting at a laptop like he's an old man trying to set up internet banking for the first time. So then the angle sort of faded away after Triple H took control from Vince in 2011, but it didn't quite end there because in 2012, before Raw 1000, lots of Raw General Managers were coming back and they thought, let's tie the story off with a nice neat bow. It's the fucking leprechaun. He's the one who did it. And then, 2 years later in 2014, the Raw General Manager came back for like 2 Raws after the Authority were fired at Survivor Series, and it was like, who's the anonymous Raw General Manager? We already know it's Hornswoggle, what the fuck are you talking about? And I can do it better. So let's start straight off with who it should have been. Now, it shouldn't have been a wrestler like lots of people were saying, it's Kevin Nash, it's Triple H. No, it shouldn't be those guys because you will never be able to be taken seriously after you have been a computer. The anonymous Raw GM was too cowardly to publicly take office because of the Nexus. That is objectively cowardly. And also he communicated via passive-aggressive emails. That is objectively lame. You can't take someone seriously after they've been the Raw GM. So you make it someone who is never going to be taken seriously, someone whose stock and heel status has risen a little bit in the announcement of the Raw GM. That's right, strap in, I'm talking about Michael Cole. Michael Cole had an interesting year from 2010 to 2011. He turned heel and became the single most annoying person in the world. More annoying than Adam Pacitti on helium, more annoying than Jack the Jobber on sugar, more annoying than King Ross. He basically turned heel on NXT. He was denigrating the smaller superstars, especially Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan slapped him at one point. That heel persona was seen as great success, so it was brought over to Raw and he started just being a general asshole. And then, of course, anonymous Raw GM came in, the and I quote thing. He became, to be honest, quite an effective heat machine. But you see, there are pros and cons to Michael Cole being a heel. Pro, he was a genuinely very irritating heel. Con, he was a genuinely very irritating heel who was on TV all the fucking time. Seriously, the fact that he was on commentary all the time, it was a nightmare. Now, this may be an unpopular opinion, but I actually quite like the idea of the novelty match between Michael Cole and Jerry Lawler. Now, I know it was shit. The feud had awful moments like Michael Cole mocking Jerry Lawler because he had the temerity to have a dead mother. And also he brought Grandmaster Sexay back for the most underwhelming return in history. But the idea is actually solid. Ironically, the match is weird enough to feel like it belongs at WrestleMania. Also, you can make it a genuinely touching story about Jerry Lawler. So, we're going to use the GM role to take Cole off commentary, build a story between him and Jerry Lawler going into WrestleMania, and give Jerry Lawler the win, the feel-good win, not the feel-good win that is then reversed by a computer into being a DQ For fuck's sake! I start by keeping the first 6 months of the angle pretty much the same. The introduction of the Raw GM, the fact that he sends emails, Michael Cole doing the whole "and I quote" thing. It's genuinely annoying. And in a way that hasn't really been done before, like never knowing when the Raw general manager is going to go bling, bling, bling. I mean, yeah, the angle went on too long, but for the first few months, it's quite interesting. So we'll start changing the story in November 2010. Cole has become more and more pig-headed on commentary because, you know, he is the mouthpiece of the anonymous Raw general manager. He thinks he's special, and he starts disparaging Jerry Lawler in his position as the longest-running commentator in WWE. In mid-November, WWE hosts a career retrospective of Jerry Lawler, all the wonderful things he's done. The Kiss My Foot match. That thing with the clowns at Survivor Series. Not really, but actually nice ones. Jerry Lawler takes to the stage and says, "Thank you all very much. I just have two regrets. One, I never managed to get the WWE title. And two, I've never had a match at WrestleMania." At this point, bling, 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 and I quote. The Raw GM then says, "This segment has exceeded its allotted time. Please wrap this up now." And Michael Cole gets in the ring with the microphone to enforce the Raw GM's wishes. He even goes so far as to slap Jerry Lawler, thus really cementing his heel turn. Now, Jerry Lawler is about to get physical revenge on Michael Cole, but before he can do that, The Miz, with whom Michael Cole has started forming a #NoHomo relationship with over the last few months, he rushes down and hits Lawler with the skull-crushing finale. Then, on the next week's Raw, as happens in real life, The Miz cashes in on Randy Orton and becomes WWE champion, and Michael Cole is the happiest little gnome. So Lawler returns to the commentary desk a week or so later after, you know, the concussion or whatever he got from The Miz, and then bloom, bloom, bloom. The Raw general manager says, "Well, Lawler, seeing as you're ready to get physical in the ring, how about this? You can have that WWE Championship match that you've always wanted. You have a chance to finally win that title. A TLC match with The Miz on Raw, like they did in real life." This time around, Michael Cole doesn't get physically involved. Instead, throughout the match, bloom, 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 the Raw general manager, I'm just getting annoyed doing it now. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe the entire angle's shit. Anyway, during the match, the Raw general manager imposes new rules upon Jerry Lawler, saying, "Jerry, you can't use weapons or you'll be disqualified." Stuff like that. You know, he handicaps Jerry Lawler, and of course, Jerry loses. Because the GM cost him, Lawler becomes obsessed with finding out who the anonymous Raw general manager is. He hires a private detective agency. They locate an IP address from all the emails being sent to the laptop. Jerry Lawler takes to the ring to announce, "I know who it is. It's Michael goddamn Cole." All of the emails have been coming from Michael Cole's cell phone. He's too cowardly to take proper control of Raw, but he controls it from behind the commentary desk. Whenever he sees something in the ring he doesn't like, he sends a quick email to himself, and that's how he's been controlling Raw. It's so lame. It's perfect for Michael. Cole stands up, he admits it, he texts himself, bloop, bloop, bloop. An email comes through, he says, "Thanks to Jerry Lawler's tampering with private company property, the Raw general manager has fined Jerry Lawler $250,000. At this point, it has to be interrupted by Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon says, "Cole, you have to leave commentary because we're creating an unsafe and hostile work environment here." So heel Cole is not blabbering in your ear all the time, and he's replaced by, and this may be a pipe dream, Jim Ross. Or, at the very least, Booker T. Because yeah, Cole is full heel, now an overexposure to his irritating opinions. It's generally turn off the TV kind of heat, not effective heel heat. Instead, you see him in backstage segments ruling Raw from his protective coal mine. And he continues to do things to punish Jerry, like giving him the #1 spot in the Royal Rumble. This continues for the first 3 months of 2011, with Cole doing everything in his power to make sure that The Miz holds on to his title. He cuts the occasional in-ring promo and uses the bloop, 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 bloop noise on loop as his entrance music. If possible, we might be able to get more annoying entrance music than Right to Censor, and that is a fucking achievement. Also, he begins every promo with, and I quote, just to remind everyone, he's a dick. So, at Elimination Chamber, keep the match between Jerry Lawler and The Miz for the WWE Championship. Basically, Michael Cole wants to see The Miz kick Jerry's ass, and he's like, all right, I'll give you that match. And this is the one where Michael Cole gets physically involved. So you have all the emotive video packages. This might be Jerry's last chance to have a Mania match. Like, all of his career has been leading to this. All the great archive footage stuff. Genuinely create something that feels historical. Jerry Lawler drops the strap, drops a fist from the turnbuckle, is going for the pile driver, but then Michael Cole runs down, jumps on the apron, takes a fist to the soul patch for his trouble, but the distraction is enough for The Miz to grab him in a skull-crushing finale, plant Lawler, and retain his title. So on the Raw after Elimination Chamber, Michael Cole calls Jerry Lawler into the ring. He gets on the mic and he's about to fire Jerry Lawler like his BFF Vince McMahon would do, but before he's about to say, "Yeah, fired, no chance, sus, that's what you got, da-dum, da-dum, dum, da-dum," Vince McMahon comes down. The chairman realizes, I've got a powder keg on my hands, I need to resolve this situation. He makes the match, Michael Cole versus Jerry Lawler at WrestleMania. If Cole wins, Jerry Lawler has to quit commentary for good, and if Jerry wins, Michael Cole has to give up being general manager. Again, this plays into the emotive video packages that the editing team are creating. You know, people thinking, wow, maybe Jerry Lawler's retiring, maybe he's gonna have one WrestleMania match and then he's done. So it's not quite certain who's going to win. In the weeks leading up to the Showcase of the Immortals, Cole does everything in his power to stack the decks against Lawler, of course. He makes the match no DQ, puts Jack Swagger in his corner. You know, all the irritating trimmings. And then finally, during the match itself, Cole and Swagger have the upper hand over Jerry Lawler. Cole tells Swagger, hold him up. Swagger holds Jerry Lawler. Cole goes outside, goes under the ring, and takes the original Anonymous Raw General Manager laptop. He's got the laptop, he goes to hit Jerry, Jerry ducks, he accidentally nails Swagger, Lawler kicks him in the gut, picks up the laptop, bang, clonks him in the head, pins him, 1, 2, 3. Big feel-good moment, Jerry Lawler's been at WrestleMania, he's won, and the decision wasn't reversed by a fucking computer. What are you doing, you mental company? The next night on Raw, Vince retakes control of Raw. Michael Cole is forced to apologize to Jerry Lawler and retake his position on commentary, thus beginning a slow journey back to being a face. And that is how I book the Anonymous Raw General Manager. It keeps Cole as a heel, but reduces his exposure, gives Jerry Lawler his WrestleMania moment, and also gives the angle some sense of logical closure. I mean, that being said, it's still a very, very, very stupid angle involving an evil laptop, but hey, life is pain. So that's how I do it. Do you disagree? Tell me about it in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter here. I'm Adam from WhatCulture.com, and I'll see you soon.